everyone, welcome to J-Hook Crochet. I am Reggie and this is Yarniversity. Good to have you all here today. Thank you for joining me. Before we even begin, don't forget when you come in the door, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I would very much appreciate it if you consider subscribing. If you want to join our very special membership program and get special perks on the channel that normal subscribers don't get, then you can push the little join button right next to the subscribe button down below. And if you cannot see the join button, there's always a direct link in the description box below this video that says join this channel to receive special perks, and if you press that, you will get a full rundown of what it means to be a member, what it takes from you, and what perks you get in return. So let's see who we have with us today so far. Hello to Catherine and Alice and Amelia and Anvita. Everyone's here. Debbie, hello. Hi to Debbie and Eileen. Good to see you. Haven't seen you here in a while. And hi to Francie. And Mocha is here. Good to see you, Mocha. And yeah, hi Laura, welcome in. Thank you, Catherine. I'm very, very happy to see you all today, and thank you for joining me. We have today a topic that, as you all know, is very, very close and dear to my heart. We are talking about recycled yarns. But before we even begin talking about that, I need to explain a few things, as always. So if you're new here, this is Yarniversity. It is a live class. It takes place every Sunday. And it is a crochet or yarn related subject, a different one every new week. Now, if you are not here with us live, if you're watching the replay, then you can always skip ahead to when the actual class begins, which happens about half an hour into the live. And the first half an hour is always dedicated to different administrative things that have to do with the channel, things that happened over the past week, shoutouts that I want to give, and so on. So if you're not watching this live and you don't want to watch this part, you can skip ahead. And if you are with us live, then first of all, I highly recommend that you set your chat to live chat and not to top chat, so you can see everyone's comments and not just the ones that YouTube deems as top chat. Also, if you don't want to watch this first half an hour of me talking about different things that don't have to do with the actual class, then this is your time to, you know, go get yourself something to drink, go on the toilet, walk your dog, do whatever for the first half an hour. And about half an hour in is when the class actually begins. Now, there's no need to leave me comments on the Yarniversity videos telling me that the first half an hour is just chit chat. I know that's the model. That is how those classes go. This is why I always say it in the beginning of each class. Skip about half an hour in. That's where the actual information starts. Hello, Shelly. You're new and you're also a new member. So since Shelly's already here, I can start with the first notice that I have, which is always welcoming for new members who joined since the last week. So this week we have one new member. It's Shelly, and she's actually here in the chat. So welcome in, Shelly. Good to see you. And as always, cheers to new members. So cheers to you, Shelly, for joining our membership program. I hope you will join us for our members only lives and that you'll have a lot of fun with us. I think our members are a really fun bunch and we have a lot of fun together. So cheers to Shelly. Hello to Life is a Jam from Wisconsin. You need to catch up on Yarniversities. Well, there is a whole playlist of Yarniversities for you to catch up on in your free time. Hello, Dee. Howdy. Good to see you. Hello to Gina. Welcome in. And yeah, everybody is saying cheers to Shelly. Definitely, you know, welcome in new members. We always love that. So, all right, I already gave a shout out to our new members. So next order Next topic on the agenda is for me to remind you all about the 20% off the Teespring, Yarniversity and J-Hook Crochet merch. 20% off on the Teespring shop. This is not the Etsy shop. This is the Teespring shop all through September. So starting from now and until the end of September, you can buy your Yarniversity merch with 20% off on the Teespring shop using the code fall21, all caps, and there are a whole bunch of stuff on there, and there are even people in the chat now that already bought a few things from the Teespring shop, so thank you all very, very much. I can't wait to see the pictures once you get your stuff. I saw Jamie posted a picture of her pullover, and I know Lori has her mug, so I always love it when people get something from the shop and, you know, post pictures or show me that they're actually using it. It's a lot of fun. I actually wanted to wear my Yarniversity t-shirt today, but yeah, I was not feeling well today, and I literally got up to do the live about, you know, half an hour before it started, so I didn't really have time to do to start looking for, you know, the right t-shirt and getting changed up and everything, but I will next week. I promise I will wear my Yarniversity tee next week. Yeah, hi Lacey, welcome in, good to see you. All right, so yeah, so I updated you on the Teespring, and now I want to give some shout outs to people who made different J-Hook crochet patterns and posted pictures over the past week. So we will start with Catherine, who finished her members only project that we were working on the last members only live. We were making these slippers, and Catherine finished hers, so shout out to Catherine. They look amazing, and I love the colors that you chose. I hope that they are, you know, cuddly and snuggly. And last week I showed you the slippers that Debbie made, and then Debbie went on and posted another pair that she made. So not only did she finish the ones that she was working on while we were on the members only live, she already whipped up a second pair. So good job, Debbie. Huge shout out to you. Very makes me very happy to see when you guys, you know, like the projects that we work on. I am feeling better, Alex. Thank you. I had a lot of back pain in the last 2 days. I'm still in a lot of pain, but it's getting a little better. All right. So next thing is I wanted to show you guys some people, some testers who tested the written version of the Gotham shawl for me. So, 1 second, let me open that folder. So this one was made by our wonderful Jax from Creations by Jax. And for those of you who don't know, the Gotham shawl was a design that I designed a few months ago, and for, you know, as I always do, my members get first access to the new patterns on the members only lives. So it was made as part of the members only lives. I think it was in June. And now, 2 months later, you guys all get access to it. So the pattern was written down and released as a written pattern on my Etsy shop. So it's actually already available on the Etsy shop for those of you who were seeing the pictures and looking for the pattern and wanting to make it. So if you want to make it, it's already on the Etsy shop. It's up there. And if you buy anything from the Etsy shop, don't forget to use the special discount code for viewers of my channel. And you can find that in the description box below on every one of my videos. So this one is Jax's Gotham shawl, which is, I love the color. You guys all know that burgundy is my favorite color. And because I loved it so much, I chose that picture to be the cover picture of the pattern. I actually liked hers more than I liked mine. So I used her picture. So kudos, Jax. It came out beautiful. And another wonderful person who tested the pattern for me was Judy. And that's her version, very rainbow colory. I love that one as well. It came out beautiful, and I love the yarn that she used. After James saying loves the colors. They are very snuggly, says Catherine about the slippers. And the colors are all the yarn I work. I regret not getting more. Yeah, I know that yarn that you use, Catherine, and I'm kind of sad that they stopped selling it. Catherine, the brown slippers were from Debbie. Everyone's saying Jax's shawl is beautiful, and they love the red. Catherine, those are a pair I made to give to my brother, says Debbie, about the brown ones. And Alex say, you have probably said, but why is it called the Gotham shawl? Please say you're a Batman fan. I am a Batman fan, but specifically for the Gotham shawl. When I designed it, I had it on Imogen. She was wearing it, the one that I made, and I asked people to help me choose a name for it, and Gotham was the one that the viewers chose. So that is why it's called the Gotham shawl. Hi, Chris. Andy Warhol's wig. Find it easier to just call you Chris since I know your name. I hope that's okay with you. Everyone loved the bright colors. Hello to Christy. Welcome in. And I'm glad you guys love the Gotham pattern. So I also had Sigal, my good friend. She also made one, so that is the one that Sigal made. She actually used I love the yarn that she used, and I had to ask her what yarn it is because it looks amazing. And she actually told me that she used a yarn that is from Ice Yarns, and she said that she goes on the Ice Yarns website, and sometimes they have like really cool yarns on sales that she has no idea what to do with, so she just buys them when the price is really, really low. And sometimes there's a project that comes along that just is perfect for the yarn, which was the case here. So sadly, this yarn that she used is no longer available, but it works perfectly with this pattern, and I love it a lot. Catherine disagrees with the Gotham shawl name. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, it's a bit of a dissonance to the delicacy of the shawl, but the name as a whole I still like. So this is Maria. Maria made that one, and she was another one of the testers, and hers came out beautiful as well. They all look so great, and I love how having testers let me see how my design can look totally different as long as you use a different yarn, it suddenly looks completely different. It gives the shawl a whole different interpretation, and I love seeing that. So this one is Maria's, and it's kind of like pastel-y rainbow colors. And Maria, she went out and beyond, and she made two. So she finished one and she immediately started another one because she loved the pattern so much, which was a huge compliment for me. But look at this. This is the second shawl from the same maker. It's even the same mannequin, but look how different it looks in a different yarn. So I love to see that. That's one of the things I like the most about pattern testing, is seeing how the design looks different with every time someone makes it. Lacey loves the yarn. Ice yarn is lovely. I agree. That's gorgeous, says D. Hi, Angela, crazy puppy lady. Hi, everyone. The shawl looks stunning. Thank you. Well, I didn't make them either. I just designed them. Yeah, right, Debbie. I love it that they are all so different. And I love the different color choices of the testers. So thank you to everyone who tested the Gotham shawl pattern, and to anyone interested in purchasing it. As I've said, it is now already available on the Etsy shop. The Etsy shop was updated this week, so there's a whole lot of new stuff on there. Two of those new stuff are the Stars Hollow Cardi pattern and the Gotham shawl pattern, and along with them there are a whole bunch of stitch markers that I made over the past week, and all of those were updated to the Etsy shop as well. And like I said, If you guys shop on the Etsy shop, don't forget to use this special discount code. And members of the channel, don't forget to use your special discount codes, because members get even a larger discount than regular viewers. So, you know, just use it. Mandabog Craft, hello, good morning everyone. Testers are the best, love the difference, even though it's the same pattern, right? I love that too. Debbie loves the darker colors. Catherine is saying, I know I'm biased when it comes to Reggie's patterns, but this one is so much fun and an easy to remember repeat, an absolute must make, says Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. I'm so glad you say that. Hi Maribel, hi Jana, welcome in. So for those of you joining in late, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed, I would very much appreciate if you consider subscribing to the channel. Still going on is 20% off on the Teespring shop all through September, and Gotham shawl and Stars Hollow cardigan patterns were released to the Etsy shop, as well as a whole bunch of stitch markers that I showed on this week's live that I had. I had one live during the week this week, the What's on the Hook live, where I showed a whole bunch of things that I was working on, and I talked to you guys about different patterns that I tested for other designers. And I also showed you guys all the stitch markers that I made, so those are all already updated. Alice is saying, yep, I ordered the Star Trek stitch markers. Can't wait for them to arrive. They were already shipped out, Alice, and I hope you'll get them soon. Dividing my attention too much, says Catherine. Hi, Jax. Jax, you just missed me shouting you out and showing your beautiful Gotham shawl, and I was telling everyone how I chose your picture to be the cover of the Gotham shawl pattern, because I actually liked your picture and your color of the shawl more than I liked mine. So I showed everyone your picture and everyone loved it and said you chose a beautiful color. So huge shout out to Jack. She's an amazing pattern tester and very, very quick, I must say. Lacey, you were supposed to buy all the Star Trek. Well, yeah. Hi, Judy. Wish I had been able to test that pattern, but I was in the middle of an order for a customer. I will have to try it soon. Yeah, Judy, like I said, it is now available. Thank you, Jana. I'm so glad you like all the new stuff in the shop. There is still one more thing that needs to be updated to the shop, and those are the sock sets of the hand-dyed yarn, the Fire and Ice ones that I showed you guys on the live. Those are the last ones that haven't been uploaded to the shop yet, but they will be, I hope, tomorrow. Jana is saying she will post her picture when the weather gets warmer. Oh my god, we've been having rain all day. Hi Jamie, good to see you here. Oh, you only have 3 sets, Lacey. That's nearly not enough, right? Good morning, Sherry. Good to see you here. So hello to everyone. Yes, like I said, you guys, if you're new here, I'm not very good with keeping up with chat. I keep up with the chats every once in a while, and then I continue talking, and then I will look back at the chat after a while. So if I missed your comment, or if I missed you, or if I didn't greet you, I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring anyone on purpose. I'm just not that good at it yet, and probably will never be. All right, last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is actually a pattern test that I did for another designer, and the pattern was released this week. So some of you may have seen the pictures that I posted. I already posted them a few weeks ago when I finished the pattern test, and so the story behind, okay, so let's start from the beginning. The pattern is the Oma tank. It's a tank top by Julia Phoenix, and let me show it to you. 1 second. All right, so this is the Oma tank top, and that's what it looks like, and I'll show you you know, different pictures from different testers. who tested this pattern. You can size it to any size that you want. And you guys know how much I love these kind of patterns. And I always say on Yarniversity, if you are a pattern designer, please let your pattern readers, pattern users, give them the instructions in order for them to be able to size the pattern to whatever size they want by themselves without you actually having to give them the stitch count. And this pattern does exactly that, which is one of the reasons why I loved doing this test so much. So I, as I've said, I finished mine a few weeks ago already, and when I did, I posted the pictures, and you guys, a lot of you saw and commented on it, and it made me very happy. And a lot of you said that you are looking forward to the pattern release. So the pattern has now been released, and I put a link to the pattern in the description box below the video. So the pattern, the link to where you can get the pattern is now in the description box below. But in addition, the designer of this pattern was very kind and has agreed to donate one copy of the pattern to one of you who will be able to win it here today on Yarniversity, and we will do that in just a second. But before, I did want to tell you that the one that I made, the one that I put the picture of and everyone loved, was apparently that good that a daughter of a friend saw it and she claimed it as her own. She already took it, she wore it already, she already sent me a picture of herself wearing it. So she loved it so much. But I loved it so much too, and I wanted to have one for myself. And having the one that I made, snagged away like that, I started a new one. So this is my Amelia X Joy project bag, and I love her bags. And in this bag sits my current work in progress, which is a second Oma tank that I started on. Oh, my hook just fell down. So I chose this amazing yarn, which is, it's a knit crate yarn, and I posted a few weeks, when I started the second one, I posted on the Facebook group because I knew that I don't have enough of that yarn to make a whole tank, but I already started. And I arranged for a yarn swap with someone who did read on the Facebook group and said that they have that yarn, and we are swapping. So she's gonna send me 2 more hanks of this yarn so that I'll have enough to finish my tank. And I sent her some yarn in return. So it works from the bottom up, and you can see it's a beautiful design. It has like a little embellishment on the bottom, and then when you do the straps, it has like embellishments up here on the straps. I love this design. It is so much fun, and like I said, it is written in a way that you can size it to whatever size you want, and it works up very quickly. And because of the way it is written, it allows you to use any yarn you want. And you guys know how much I love working with fingering weight yarn and how much fingering weight yarn I have. So it was a perfect project for me. And if you guys like this kind of patterns as well, then in just a second you will have a chance to win one. Right, everyone's loving the pattern. I so agree with you. It is very cute. Awesome, and each of them looks different. I so agree, Catherine. Hi, Susanne from Vegan Crochet. Welcome in. Dee is saying, wish I wasn't busty and the owner of bat wings so I could wear tanks like that. Dee, you're funny. Hi, Mare. Welcome in. Lacey saying, I missed a picture of your tank top. I will have to look for it. Yeah, definitely. It's still there. Whatever you post online stays there forever, right? David saying, wow, that's my color. It's a gorgeous color. Thank you. Vibrant orange. Everyone loves the orange. Yeah, I thought it was a good choice. Susanna is saying, cats, I need a new project bag like I need an extra head, but cats, right? And not just cats. Rainbow cats. Are they awesome? I so love this bag. I mean, I love Amelia X Joy in general, and you guys know if you shop on her shop, I have a discount code on my channel. Totally go check her out. Lacey saying that is so good. You're going to look beautiful in that color. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So yeah, for anyone who did miss, you know, my picture, it's still out there. You can still see it. But I showed you the one that I'm working on now, and I showed you all the finished ones on the Ravelry page. And like I said, the link is in the description box below, and I hope that you all go and grab your copy. But now, for those of you who might want to try and win a copy, we are going to have a little game. And what we're going to do is, the way I do, you know, normally those live giveaways on my channel, what we're going to do is, I'm going to mark the chat, so all of you will have to stop commenting. So stop commenting, no more commenting right now. I'm going to mark the chat. And after I mark the chat, so after you see my mark in the chat, you all write the word tank top, okay? But each of you can only enter once. If I'll see someone who wrote more than once, I will disqualify you and you won't even get one entry. So only write it once in the chat after I put in my mark. So after I put in my mark, everyone write the word tank just once if you want to win that pattern. Catherine and I will both count how many entries were there so that we make sure that we got all the entries correctly, and then I will do the random number picker, and whoever's number came up according to my screen, they will win a copy of the pattern. And the rest of you, I highly urge you to go and purchase your own copy, okay? So, no commenting, I am marking the chat, and after you see my mark, write the word tank. Or tank top works too. Catherine is saying, I don't know many people who love orange. So glad to see so many like-minded people here. Well, we also, every week we get surprised, right? Hi, Kelly. Welcome in. I'm gonna sip on my Belgian beer while you guys all write in the chat. And after you write tank top in the chat, if you haven't yet, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I would very much appreciate if you consider subscribing. If you want to join the membership program, the little join button next to the subscribe button down below will take you to the rundown of what it takes to be a member, and we will welcome you with open arms into our membership program. And I'm going to give it a few more seconds, and then I'm going to mark the chat again, and Catherine and I are going to count. Okay. All right, Catherine, if you're listening, you yourself can enter as well. So if you want to, write it in right now. You are not disqualified from joining just because you have to count. I have 22 entries so far, and I'm going to count down from 10 and mark the chat again. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I am marking the chat. Okay, so I counted 22, and Catherine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 24, Maribel and Catherine, even though on my screen you're after the mark. You guys know I cannot do this to you. So you're still in. So I have 24, Catherine has 24. All right. So I'm going to put 1 to 24 in my random number picker. And my random number picker said 7. So let's see, who is it? Number 7 on my screen. And I'm sorry, you guys, our screens might be different because, you know, YouTube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on my screen is Jana. So Jana, congratulations. You are the winner of the pattern. Cheers to Jana. You won yourself a copy of the Oma tank, and I am writing down that you were the winner. And please don't forget to email me to claim your prize. And once you email me and I have confirmation that you're claiming your prize, then you will get an email from the designer with a copy of your pattern. And like I said, the rest of you, I really hope that you all go and, you know, give this designer, show her some love. Even if you don't end up buying the pattern, you know, follow her on Instagram and favorite her Etsy shop. You know, everything we talked about, how you can support different makers in the community even if you're not actually buying anything from them. So, you know, show her some love and tell her, you know, I sent you. And if you do end up buying the pattern, I would really love to see, once you made your tank top, I would love to see pictures. Because like I said, I really do appreciate when a designer is smart enough to let you size your garment or whatever it is you're making to your own measurements. I really like the designers or the kind of designers who design that way. So I was personally very impressed by that designer, given the fact that this is the first pattern she has ever written. Can you believe that? I was in awe. I anticipate very big things for her, and I hope that you guys will follow her development as well. Yes, right? Perfect timing with summer coming to South Africa. Definitely a good time for a tank top. You don't have to make yours in orange. It's fine. All right. So, I pretty much went over all the, you know, regular administrative things, and it has been the first half an hour of the live, so it is time to dive into today's topic. And before we begin, as always, I would remind you all that if at any point you have to leave, or you came in late, or you missed a part of the live, or you're just tired of hearing me talking, you can always head on to the blog. Today's topic is already on there. Link in the description box below to the blog. To the blog post, and you can read all about today's topic there. Before we go on to talk about recycled yarns, or yarns that are made out of recycled materials, if you haven't yet, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that we are here at Yarniversity. It's live and class is in session. And yeah, it's time. So we are talking about recycled yarns today, and like I said before, you guys all know that this is a subject that is very dear to my heart. I am very much into, you know, sustainability, being friendly to the environment, saving the planet. If you are not new to the channel, this is not news to you. You have probably heard me mention it countless times. I love companies that create sustainable yarns, recycled yarns, yarns that I made out of biodegradable materials, and so on. So because a lot of people know how much I am into that subject and how much I like to promote it, I had a lot of people emailing me, asking me different questions, asking for recommendations of where to get this kind of yarns, questions about if I know how those yarns are being made, and what exactly is the process that they are going through, how is a certain yarn more sustainable than another one, and so on. So I thought there's enough of those questions to show interest in the subject, and I hope, I mean, if you guys are into that subject and are interested in learning more about it, then today's Yarniversity is, you know, the place for you. And Susanne from Vegan Crochet is saying she's so excited about today's topic, and I am definitely happy that you're here today because I know you are one person who definitely will take interest. So just to be clear, we are talking today specifically about yarns that are made out of recyclable or recycled materials. We are not talking just, you know, plant-based or biodegradable yarns, because we already had that Yarniversity in the past. We did the vegan Yarniversity about vegan fibers, and if you missed that or any other Yarniversity topic, you can always go back to the channel and watch previous Yarniversities that you have missed. There's also the Yarniversity playlist where you will find all episodes of Yarniversity since it began. Which, by the way, speaking of which, very, very soon Yarniversity will be celebrating its 1 year, and we'll have a big celebration for that, but more about that in the weeks to come. I'm just really excited that I mean, the channel is only 2 years old, but Yarniversity is already almost 1 year old. And the interest that you guys have shown in this series is amazing. It makes me always want to come up with new topics. You guys always come up with new ideas. So it makes me very, very happy. Oh, by the way, there is one thing that I forgot to mention. If you weren't here last week for Naughty Crochet, I have announced the new crochet challenge / make along / crochet along, whatever you want to call it, the Naughty Crochet Challenge, and all of the information about that challenge is in last week's live, so you can either watch the replay, or I also posted all the information in, you know, written form on the Facebook group, so you can go and read what exactly are the requirements for that challenge. But if you've missed last week's Yarniversity, and if you didn't miss it on purpose, so if not, you saw the topic and decided that you don't want to watch it, but you just accidentally miss it, you have to go back and watch it. I have not laughed so hard in a very long time. Okay, so now it is time to talk about recycled yarns, recycled fibers, and yarns that are made out of recycled materials. Hi, Chris. Yeah, it's been a year. Isn't that amazing? All right. So we are talking about recycled yarns. For those of you who don't know, over the past few years, the world is experiencing this tremendous growth in awareness towards recycling, upcycling, sustainability, and of course, the yarn and fiber industries are not different, and they are ever changing and evolving accordingly. This results in a wave of new fibers and new fiber blends, which are made out of different recycled and upcycled materials. Some are different recycled textiles, and some are completely different material, which are recycled and made into yarn. And the innovation in production process and the rise in demand for these organic-based yarns, they fuel the growth of this new market. So today we are going to dive into said market and look into how different materials are being recycled into yarn, how different textiles are being recycled into new textile, and we will talk a little bit, of course, about where you can get these yarns and where I would recommend purchasing them So if that is a subject that you are interested in learning about, then, stay with me. We're gonna talk all about it. The first thing I wanted to talk about, or the first fiber I wanted to talk about, is recycled cotton. Now, this is perhaps the most common recycled fiber in the yarn, in the recycled yarn categories. Recycled cotton it's not a new concept in the textile industry. There are already manufacturers that recycle cotton and use them in garments. Different brands use them in, wearables, shoes, bags, and so on. And retailers continue to evaluate their supply chain footprint. They go into, researching sustainability, reducing waste, and so on. So the interest in recycled cotton is growing tremendously. You can find containers where they collect textile or textile waste, or textile leftovers. And even, secondhand clothing or worn out clothing are being collected in containers in different neighborhoods and then, recycled into the raw material. The process of recycling cotton begins by collecting exactly such textiles, like I just mentioned, secondhand clothing, textile industry waste, leftovers, cutouts, and so on. This cotton waste is first sorted by type and color, because some of them are not pure cotton, some of them are cotton blends, some of them are 100% cotton, some of them are different colored, some of them are undyed cotton, and so they need to be sorted, and then they process through stripping machines that break down the yarn and fabric into smaller pieces before completely pulling them apart into raw fiber again. And finally, this deconstructed fiber is then spun back into yarn. So I think, that is one specific raw material that can be recycled again and again and again. Of course, when we talk about cotton, even once it cannot be recycled anymore, so after it went through a few cycles, when the recycled cotton fabric years later returned to the factory and was shredded and recycled again, after a few cycles like that, some of the fabric, some of the yarn is no longer recyclable. But then we have to remember, cotton is a 100% biodegradable material, so even once you cannot recycle it anymore, it is still a lot more friendly to the environment than some of these other materials. So these new recycled yarns can either be 100% recycled cotton, or they can be blended with other materials and be a recycled cotton blend, like wool, acrylic, plant-based fibers, and so on. It is important to remember, however, like I said, that the quality of the recycled fiber never has the same quality values equal to the original fiber. So you cannot recycle it indefinitely, and every time you recycle it, it loses a little bit of its original qualities. Yeah, that's the word. Specifically, fiber length is the thing that the cotton loses the most. And if you were with me here when we were talking about different kinds of wool, I explained the importance of fiber length and the softness of fabric and so on. And of course, the more you shred and reshred cotton fiber, you get shorter fiber lengths, which of course impacts the softness and durability of the fiber. It will limit the end use applications, but still recycled cotton yarns are very good for projects such as market bags, swimsuit covers, summer hats, tank tops. They may not be the perfect shawl material. They don't have the same, the same drape. They are not as light and maybe not as, I don't want to say it, like the words that come to my mind are not the ones that I'm looking for, but they are not as, not shiny, but you guys know what I mean. So they wouldn't be like the perfect shawl materials because they will be more rough, you know, they will have a more like rough finish to them. And I will show you a few just in a second to explain exactly what I'm talking about. But those recycled cottons will still be very good for things like I said, like tank tops, swimsuit covers, things that don't need like an amazing drape, but they are still durable. They still have wonderful absorbent qualities. They still keep heat away from the body. They keep the body cool, and everything that we were talking about when we spoke about vegan fibers and said all the qualities of cotton, they keep that, but they are rougher in their, you know, final look. Hi Vera, welcome in. Mandible Crochet says she loves the texture that recycled cotton yarn has. And yes, the original structure. Thank you, Alice. Why didn't I look at the chat while I was talking? So I have in my hand a yarn that I have reviewed on my channel in the past. I've also showed it again this year on Earth Day when I showed you guys different sustainable yarns that I love. And this is the recycled yarn from We Are Knitters. And we will talk about We Are Knitters in a little bit when we will talk about companies that I recommend to buy recycled yarns from. But as you can see, if you look at the texture, this is 100% recycled cotton. And you can really see that although still soft, it has a rough finish. So it's not, it feels like a little bit like maybe like denim, you know, maybe like jeans. It comes in a large variety of colors. I have 3 to show you today. I really love the colors and I love the texture in it. But remember when I said that when they shred the cotton to make it into fiber again, they have to divide it by colors. And so this saves the process of coloring them later on. So all the, you know, red kind of colored cotton is put into the same batch and then shredded together, and then that's made together, and then the recycled cotton fiber that you will get from that will already be red in its base, and then you could dye it to make it like more red, you know, more vibrant red, or give it different tones. But when you look at the yarn, if you look at it up close, you will see that it has like different shreds of color in there. Do you see like a pop of orange every once in a while? It almost like flax in tweed, right? In tweed yarn. You can see it in the light blue as well. If you look up close, you can see different pops of other colors in there. So that is something that I personally really like about recycled cotton. It has like a different texture and sometimes a different color spec. Of course, like I said, it is very common that they will mix recycled cotton with a different fiber, and then you will get a yarn that's like, I don't know, 50% recycled cotton and 50% acrylic. So it will still be like an acrylic cotton blend, and the color of it will probably not be the same as 100% recycled cotton. It will probably be something that resembles more an acrylic yarn, so more uniform color. So that exists as well. But when you have that 100% recycled cotton fiber, it will have this like irregularities in it that I personally like a lot. Jana is saying, so recycled cotton would also be good for kitchen or bath crocheted items. Yes. If you want to make shower puffs, those are one of my favorite gifts to make. You make a shower puff and you give it to someone with like a soap or like liquid soap or like a bath set, or washcloths of different kinds. Yes, definitely recycled cotton will be a very good choice for that. Debbie saying it's a pretty yarn. Kelly saying, is the strength of the yarn the same as when it was originally woven? So no, what I explained, it will never be the same as the original cotton. Every time it goes through the shredding process, it loses some of its qualities, so it will never be as strong. However, it is rougher, so recycled cotton can sometimes be a better choice for things like market bags. I have on my channel a tutorial for a market bag. I put the link to it in the blog post, and of course you can always go back to the channel and search for the tutorial. But that specific bag that I made, or the tutorial for that specific bag that I have on my channel, I've made it several times as gifts to different people. And when you use recycled cotton to make it, it has like more of a market baggy feel to it. I hope that I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's like more, it resemble more these fabric bags, how do you call those, totes, you know, like the texture of it feels a little bit more like canvas than like cotton, and I personally like that. I think it's very good for a market bag. I think that stonewash, I like that stonewash look, says Catherine. It would be awesome for bags, I think. Yeah, I really love recycled cotton for bags. They look like tweed, says Debbie. I agree, Debbie does look like tweed, says Catherine. And Lashira. Hello, Lashira. Good to see you here. Yes, like burlap, exactly. It feels like it has this like outer roughness to it, you know? That I personally really like for things like bags. Like, I think they would make specifically amazing bags and summer hats. I love recycled cotton in summer hats. Another form of recycled cotton that I'm sure you all know is what we call spaghetti yarn or t-shirt yarn. Excuse me, I put it too far away. So this is a t-shirt yarn that is without a seam. So it's like, looks like this. Fettuccine yarn. Specifically, this one is the Jersey Be Good from Wool and the Gang. That's another yarn that I have a yarn review about on my channel. If you're interested in hearing, what I have to say about it, then you can see the yarn review on my channel. But this t-shirt yarn is made from 89%. Other way around. I think in German, and for those of you who speak German, we say the numbers the other way around. So so 98, we say 8 and 90. So when I think in German and talk out in English, things get messy. So this is 98% recycled cotton and 2% elastin, and it is made 100% out of cutouts and fabric waste. So this is again a recycled cotton, very friendly to the environment yarn, and these will be amazing for hats, carpets, mats of any kind. Those of you who like to work with t-shirt yarn, baskets, plant hangers, that's your friend. And I think that using recycled cotton for these kind of projects is way more friendly to the environment. So yeah, t-shirt yarn is not all t-shirt yarn is recycled, but if you do find those t-shirt yarns or spaghetti yarns that are recycled, go for those. I'm very glad you are here again, Lashira. Jana is saying bags, love it. I was going to make some for Christmas gift. We'll look for recycled cotton. Yes, Jana. Actually, Jana, there is a South African company that does recycled. I think I put the link. We will see when we get to the companies. But one of them is located in South Africa. Alice is saying no t-shirt yarn. I guess you don't like working with t-shirt yarns. Not a fan. Yes, Catherine understands my heart. As Dutch and Germans, we have the dumbest way to say numbers. I do agree. I do agree, and it gets me every single time. When I think in German, I try to speak out in English. The numbers get me every single time. It also happens the other way around. When someone reads me their phone number, for example, I will always switch the numbers. Oh. Kelly is saying, yes, my son has 2 big boxes of clothes he was going to throw out, and I told him, no, I can make so much from that. Yes, t-shirt yarn is one of those things that you can also make at home from, discarded clothes, t-shirts that have holes in them. Those are the perfect t-shirt yarn material. Just, YouTube search, there are an abundance of tutorials of how to do that. I personally like the one by, what's her name? Nastasia? If I'm not mistaken, that's her name. She has a really good tutorial of how to make t-shirt yarn. So for those of you, who like to do that kind of stuff, you can definitely recycle cotton in the comfortableness of your own home. In the comfort of your own home. Alice is saying t-shirt is like her yarny nightmare. Oh no. I hope you won't dream of like spaghetti yarn chasing you at night, following me showing it on today's Yarniversity. Hello to Blind Stitches Creations. Good to see you. Good morning to you. Good evening to me. It's actually 7 in the evening here in Germany. So yeah, time for dinner. Okay, so that was recycled cotton. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is recycled polyester. Now, polyester as a whole is not friendly to the environment, okay? If you can avoid using polyester, I would highly recommend that you do. However, it is very, very hard to avoid. It is the most widely used fiber in the apparel industry. Actually, about 52% of the total volume of fiber produced globally is polyester. So it is used, in the clothing that we buy in the store. It is also used in a lot of yarns. It's very, very hard to avoid using it completely. But if you do, I would recommend to go for recycled polyester. Currently, only approximately 14% of the worldwide polyester raw materials come from recycled inputs, which means that most of it is not recycled materials, but very unfriendly to the environment, very polluting industry of producing polyester. Most of the recycled polyester that is currently on the market is actually post-consumer PET, or what we call PET bottles. Now, these yarns that are made out of recycled bottles are more friendly to the environment because those raw materials are being melted and made into yarn, fiber, fabric, and so on. So they are not, somewhere in the ocean or in the ground. But it does not make polyester environmental friendly. It makes it more environmental friendly than not recycled polyester. But as a whole, don't be mistaken, polyester is not an environmental friendly fiber. However, it is a recyclable fiber, and there are two ways to recycle polyester. The first way is mechanical recycling, and in this process, plastic is melted in order to make it into yarn. This process can only be done a few times before the fiber loses its quality. So you cannot, infinitely recycle plastic into yarn, or plastic yarn into plastic yarn using the mechanical recycling. There's also the chemical recycling process, and this process involves breaking down the plastic molecules and reforming them into yarn. It allows what we call textile to textile recycling, which means when mechanical recycling, you take the plastic and you make it into yarn. In chemical recycling, you can take yarn that was made out of plastic and make it into yarn again. Much like what we said about the cotton, where you recycle an already recycled material. So this process, it allows what we call textile to textile recycling, and this is maintaining the quality of the original fiber and allowing the material to be recycled infinitely. So the chemical recycling will allow it to be recycled again and again and again. However, that process is more expensive. So as we all know, yarn companies, we can already all assume which one of these two processes the fiber industry uses more. So as I've said before, even though recycled polyester is friendly to the environment, as in the fact that it makes plastic into yarn and make us use it again, it is still not an environmental friendly yarn, as in the process of turning plastic into yarn, it is a polluting process. And sorry, because the yarn sorry, excuse me 1 second. And because the yarn companies, most of them don't use the chemical recycling, they don't recycle an already recycled yarn, which makes it eventually being discarded and thrown into the ground. So eventually, one way or the other, polyester finds its way, to polluting the earth. It is important, like I said, important to remember that while recycled polyester is a sustainable fiber option, it is still not biodegradable. So once it gets thrown in the ground, after it was recycled again, made into yarn, we use it for something, it lived its life as that item. Once it ends up in the ground, it is not biodegradable. So while the process is environmental friendly, the yarn itself isn't. Which is kind of like, like a sort of like a catch-22, because you say, oh, okay. Right. Let's see what you guys were talking about while I was talking. Marshall was saying, I love some t-shirt yarn that was gifted to me. I just don't know what to make with them. Well, I think I gave some good ideas just now as to what you can make with t-shirt yarn. Poppy is saying, I have used it once, made a bag. So I believe you're talking about the t-shirt yarn that turned into a bucket as it was far too heavy to carry about. That's funny, Angela. Catherine is saying, I love the look of baskets made with t-shirt yarn. So you guys had a lot of ideas of what you can make with t-shirt yarns. Poppy is saying, I'm darting between lounge and kitchen. I'm burning a roast dinner today. Oh, that is a good thing. Every day you burn something else, and today you're burning a roast. Good choice. Yes, right, Alice. Right. Susanna is saying there is still the problem with shedding microplastic from this recycled PET. Right. Exactly, which is what I was saying. The process itself is still a polluting process. Okay, Bobby, that's good. That Mr. Crazy has taken over dinner and that you won't eat coal. Yeah, so recycled polyester, as I was saying, maybe more friendly to the environment than, you know, plastic laying in the ground. However, not really friendly to the environment because that as a whole, polyester is not an environmental friendly yarn. The process of recycling it is good for the environment and bad for the environment at the same time. So if you do use polyester, I do think that using the recycled type is more, maybe I would say more conscience free, right? It keeps your conscience, you know, it makes you feel better about yourself because you're using the recycled type and not the regular polyester. However, remember that in the end, both of them are not really good. Laura is saying she loves making headbands with cotton and t-shirt yarn, and it's also a great sweat absorbent. That is a good idea for t-shirt yarn as well. Okay, so the next material I wanted to talk about is recycled nylon. Once again, we all know nylon is not a very friendly to the environment fiber. It is not, as a whole, a synthetic fiber and synthetic fibers as a whole are not biodegradable, and, you know, not eventually, once they are on the landfill, is that the correct word? They don't break down. They are not biodegradable. However, much like recycled polyester, recycled nylon has important environmental benefits. It diverts waste from the landfills, and its production uses much fewer resources than virgin nylon. So producing recycled nylon is actually more friendly to the environment than producing new nylon. It saves water, energy, and fossil fuel. A large part of today's recycled nylon production comes from old fishing nets. I thought that was an interesting anecdote. This is a great solution to divert garbage from the ocean, which is, once again, a very important cause. Other sources of nylon include carpets, second-hand clothing such as tights, sporting clothes, and so on, packaging materials, etc. Nylon is not an easy or cheap material to recycle. And in addition, new nylon and plastic are cheaper to buy. So it is cheaper to buy and cheaper to produce new nylon and new plastic than to recycle nylon and plastic, which, once again, you can all already foresee which one of these fibers will be used in the yarn industry. And that is why many companies may prefer not to use the recycled version. Another concern is contamination, because unlike metal and glass, which are melted at high temperature, nylon is melted at a lower temperature, meaning some contaminants such as non-recyclable materials and microbes or bacteria can survive the process. So you have to put a lot of resources into recycling it right, which is also what makes that process so much more expensive. And this is why all nylons have to be cleaned thoroughly before the recycling process, and of course that adds more costs. A lot of research is currently being conducted to improve the quality and reduce the costs of recycling process of nylon. However, it may be some time before recycled nylon fiber will be more easy to find in the yarn aisle shelves. I think that is very, very sad, but I think all of us as consumers of yarn and fiber, we know how yarn companies operate. We know that normally they would prefer to operate on the cheap side of production, so that they can make a good profit off of their yarns, which is, you know, the in the end, the environment suffers from it. Yes, consensus exactly. But still, it's not as bad as burning plastic, or is it? Yes, it's not as bad as burning plastic, but still. Alice, also just checking, Reggie, are we meant to be seeing slides today? No, not yet. I do have some later, but I will explain in a second. Hi, Deborah. Hello, Reggie. Sorry I'm late. The power has been on and off from Hurricane Ida. Oh, I hope that you are keeping safe, Deborah. I hope that, you know, you're not right on the path of that. I was actually watching on the news this morning, thinking, I wonder if I have anyone on the Yarniversity who is affected by that, because I don't, you know, really know where is everyone from, but I'm sure, yeah, everyone's in the chat is praying for you, and I hope that you guys are keeping safe. I know normally while I talk, I show you guys pictures of different things that are related to what I'm talking about. I really wanted to show you guys some pictures that have to do with the process of recycling cotton and the process of recycling plastic. However, as you guys know, I have to really keep an eye on the pictures that I show. I cannot show you guys pictures that are copyright protected, and so I have to like really look for the right pictures to show, and I couldn't find good pictures that show the kind of process that I wanted to talk about, but are not protected by any kind of copyright laws. And I did not want to, you know, like put the channel in jeopardy just in order to do that. So, but what I did do is I have some links to different places, and whatever I could find is on the blog post. I did link to other websites, and I will on the Facebook group post a list of links, the list of links that I use to do my research, for those of you who would like to actually see pictures from inside factories who do recycle cotton, plastic, nylon, and wool. I do have those websites. I just cannot show their picture. I can only give you the links to those websites. So I will post them on the Facebook group. Angela is saying, there is a local lady to me who makes big mats from plastic bags and donates them to the homeless. They are perfect for sleeping on. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of videos, people who make plarn and then make different things with it. That's another, you know, there's a lot of tutorials for that, for how to make plarn in the comfort of your own home. Jana is saying, I feel like nylon is necessary for socks and other clothing that need stretch. Is there another natural fiber that would work as well? I have seen some companies that started using tencel and bamboo for elasticity. They don't have the same elasticity as nylon, of course, but they are biodegradable and, you know, 100% biodegradable, recyclable, friendly to the environment. They don't give the same result, which is probably why the textile industry is not gonna like change to plant-based anytime soon. But it does exist. It's more expensive. It doesn't give the same result. And we all know that in today's, day and age. Price, in the end of the day, price trumps everything. So making your products more or cheaper or consumer friendly is more important to some of these companies than making it environmental friendly. Laura saying, praying for you all in Hurricane Ida's path. This Floridian understands. Yeah, I do know that we have a lot of people from Florida in Yarniversity, but I did see that this time it's headed towards the New Orleans area. Thank you, Debbie. So yeah, I hope that you guys are okay watching me today rather than slides, but I will show you guys some things after I finish talking about the process of how things are made. And we only have one more fiber that I wanted to talk about, because there are not that many fibers that are recyclable or being recycled in the fiber industry today. The main ones are cotton, polyester, nylon, and wool, which is what we're going to talk about right now. And so wool is actually one way to one of those fibers that can be recyclable, and one way to lessen the impact of wool production is to recycle it. The practice of recycling wool dates back hundreds of years. There's actually ancient methods which you can read about in different sources. And in the old days, after wool sweaters have been worn threadbare, they were collected and shredded into individual fibers, much like what they do with cotton nowadays, and converted into blankets. Today, aided by modern day quality controls, recycled wool comes from this same process. So the process that wool goes through is very similar to what they used to do in the old days, only today they are doing it with machines rather than shredding wool by hand, and they can make it into a whole variety of different things and not just into blanket, or they used to use like shredded wool for installation and things like that, so nowadays the wool goes through meticulous sorting of materials into color categories prior to shredding, much like what they do with cotton. And by selecting and blending colors of dyed wool fabrics and garments, we can completely eliminate the dyeing process, once again saving water and chemicals and eliminating those processes, resulting in wastewater. So those processes, much like what I explained to you guys with the cotton, the wool before being shredded is then sorted by different colors, and then colors are shredded together and then spun back into yarn, and the result is yarn that is already dyed. Wool is a naturally durable fiber and is the one fiber that wool garments or wool fiber garments are the one resource that can stay in circulation for the longest amount of time. It reduces their environmental footprint. It means that you can use wool, make it into a garment, shred that garment, remake it into yarn again, use that yarn. Once it is done, you can, as long as it's not mixed in with other materials, as long as you don't make it into wool blends, you can recycle it again and again and again and again. Thanks to the recycling process, these fibers have the potential for several lifetimes, lasting sometimes 20 and 30 years and even longer. Recycled wool contributes to reduction of air, water, and soil pollution, because we save all of these, or we save water in the process, because I explained to you how they sort the wool into different colors, and then we reduce the use of all the materials that we use for dyeing the wool. And this process is not reducing any chemicals that are unfriendly to our, environment, our air, oxygen, so on. So we don't pollute our air and we don't pollute the land, because there is no waste. Wool, as long as it's 100% wool and not mixed in with other fibers that cannot be recycled, can be put into recycling again and again and again and again and not end up, polluting the earth. Doesn't the nylon make the fabric more durable so it wears slower? It does, but the main reason that they use nylon in clothing is mainly for elasticity and less for durability. I mean, it adds to the durability, but that's not the main reason they use it. Hello, you glad you caught me? Glad you're here. Alice is saying, very happy, just wanted to check I wasn't missing something. Okay. Hi Lisa, welcome in. It's okay if you're a little late. You can always watch the replay or read all about today's topic in the blog. The link is in the description box below. If you guys are coming in late, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Membership program, I told you guys all about it. Yeah. Hi Vijay, welcome in. Or VJ. VJ, all right. Hi VJ. Chris is saying, I've seen wool sweaters nearly 100 years old and still look new. Wool lasts a very long time if cared for and washed properly. That is correct. The wool as a whole is a very long-lasting fiber, and as I've said, because it can be recycled pretty much almost indefinitely, it can stay for years in circulation. Raven. Who is Raven? Is Precious daughter of Ya Raven? Is that your name? I will try to remember that. It normally takes me about 2 times that you come to Yarniversity until I actually remember what your name is. All right. So we spoke about the different kinds of fiber that you can recycle and how each of them is being recycled. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Yay, cheers to that, Madonna. I need a pin that says that. I need a pin that says, give a hoot, don't pollute. I'm gonna write it down. I wrote it down. Yes, your name is Raven. Okay, good to know. All right, so now the second most frequently asked question that people ask me is, where can I get those yarns? Because you guys know I talk a lot about recycled yarns. I show a lot of things that I made with recycled yarns. I show you guys yarns that I love. I did a whole video on Earth Day about yarns that are sustainable and friendly to the environment, and a lot of times people ask me, where can I get those yarns? Where are the best places to get those yarns? So that we're going to answer that next, and I'm going to give you some ideas as to different places where you can get those yarns. But before, as always, I'm reminding you all, if you were here last week for Yarniversity and you didn't yet go back to comment on last week's video in order to enter into the giveaway, now is your chance. Okay, and for today's giveaway, I'm going to show you what we have for today's giveaway, and then I'm going to tell you how to enter into today's giveaway. So, because today's giveaway, or because today's subject is a subject very near to my heart and I invest a lot into it, I thought that it deserves a special kind of giveaway. So in today's giveaway, we have this darn good yarn wooden yarn bowl. This is the beautiful Darn Good yarn. You can see, where? Here, huh? Darn Good yarn bowl. And not affiliated. I paid for this myself. I mean, I am affiliated with Darn Good Yarn, but I bought this yarn bowl. So I am the person in charge of this giveaway and not Darn Good Yarn. So this wooden yarn bowl from Darn Good Yarn. And of course, to go with it, some good car stickers from Darn Good Yarn. This will be awesome on either your, your car or your car window. And they say Darn Good Yarn. And there is, as you can see, there is a yarn glass, a wine glass here, and a yarn ball. I hope you can see that on the camera. So there's like, it says Darn Good Yarn. There's a yarn ball. There is even one that has a crochet hook on it. And there is the wine glass. So you guys, you know how much I love these sticker sets. So today's giveaway, the wooden yarn bowl and the stickers. And in order to enter into today's giveaway, I would like you to come back to the video once it goes into replay and comment down below. And the comment I want you to leave is tell me about a project that you did that uses some kind of recycled yarn. Now, if you never used any yarn that was recycled, then you can write that too in the comments and I will accept that. But I would really love to hear from those of you who have had the chance to work with some kind of recycled fiber. What did you make with it and how did it turn out? So let me know in the comments. Come back to the video once it goes into replay. Leave a comment down below and we will choose one winner for the beautiful wooden yarn bowl and stickers next week on Yarniversity. Jana is saying, give a hoot is an old anti-pollution slogan in the US. I'm sure you can find advertising paraphernalia. Really? I have to look for that. I never heard that before. But then again, I'm not from the US. You love that you don't pollute all day long. I'm glad you guys all like the bowl. Yeah, so if you want to win it, come back and comment down below. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about different companies or different places where you can get recycled yarns. So as the demand for sustainable and recycled fibers rises, more and more companies include them in their collections. And here are some of the suggestions that I came up with and wanted to share with you. So this is the first one. It is called Hooked. Some of you may have come across it in the past. They have yarns that are made out of recycled. Okay, let's start from the beginning. This is a Portugal-based company, and they ship worldwide, and you can find their yarns. You can either get them on the website. The link to the website is in the description box below, as well as in the blog post. Or you can get their yarns on different other online stores that sell yarns from other companies. So, one of those big stores like Lovecraft or something like that has different brands. So you can get them on those kind of websites as well. But of course, if you can, it's always the best to get it straight from the manufacturer. Now they have plant-based yarns. They have different fibers that I haven't seen in other places or in mass-produced other companies that are not like tiny Etsy stores, like their beautiful eucalyptus yarn that you can see here. And they have yarn out of recycled materials, and they have beautiful beginner-friendly patterns to different things that you can make with their yarns. And in general, a very, very recommended company. And as you can see down here on their main page, it says it is recycled and plant-based yarns, sustainable inspiration, high quality materials, and they have daily new colors online. So definitely worth a look. As I've said, they are called Hooked. Most of their materials for their recycled yarns come from waste from the fashion industry. They also have a YouTube channel under the name Hooked with 3 O's. So if you search for that word, HOOOKED, on YouTube, you will find their YouTube channel where they have like a little 1.5 minute video explaining about their company and their company's agenda. They have like a little video about how exactly they collect their materials and how are they processed and everything. And they also have different tutorials on their YouTube channel with different ideas as to what you can make with their yarns. So, you know, if you look on their website and say, oh, that is amazing, that is a textile or a fabric or a yarn that I would love to try, but I have no idea what I can do with it, then you can always either go on their blog, which is linked in the website, or go to their YouTube channel and find ideas as to what you can make with their yarns. Guess you had to create a channel to be able to comment. Hi, Julia! It took me a second. Hi, Julia. Guys, this is Julia Phoenix. She is the designer of the tank top that I was telling you guys about in the beginning of today's live. Julia, we already showed the tank top and we talked about it. Everybody loved it. And I did the giveaway and we have one winner who won the pattern. It's Jana. She's here in the chat still. And yeah, we gave you a huge shout out and everyone's gonna go and check you out once the live is done. But Julia Phoenix, she just now came into the chat, and she is the designer of the pattern. So yeah, Julia, you had to create an actual account on YouTube in order to comment. Sorry, that's the way YouTube works. But hey, if you are already here, hit the subscribe button and join us more often on Yarniversity. We have a lot of fun. Oh, you've watched the whole thing. Okay, so you're here. See, everyone saying beautiful pattern. Yes, come join us every week on Sunday. It's a very nice bunch, if I do say so myself. My students are amazing. See, everyone's loving your design. All right, so that was Hooked. If you ever used their yarns in the past, you know, I would love to hear what you've made with them. If you come across them in the past, if you've seen their yarns and had no idea what they are. So yeah, this Portugal-based company, definitely very, very friendly to the environment agenda, all recycled, all plant-based fibers. For those of you who like that kind of yarn, that is one place to check out. Okay, the next company I want to talk about is one of my favorite companies, and I have showed the yarns I got from them many, many times on my channel. It is Katia, and it is a big European brand based in Barcelona in Spain. Their yarn collection features the best and the largest collection of natural fibers and recycled yarns in Europe. So out of all the big mass-produced companies in Europe, they are the one company that has the most yarns in their collections that are either recycled or natural fibers. So, but it is important to say they don't only do that. So Katia is a big yarn company, a European yarn company, much like, I don't know, you can compare it maybe to Lion Brand, Premier. They are a very big yarn company. Very common to find their yarns in different yarn stores or craft stores in Europe. And out of all the European companies that sell big box yarns, they are the ones with the most in their collections that are environmental friendly. And if you are in Europe, then you should definitely shop for their yarns on their website. This is their website, the Katia website. They have different lines. One of them is the Katia concept, that is like a very conscious kind of yarn line. And they have, of course, they have patterns, they have kits, they also have fabrics. But what I wanted to show you guys is when you go to their website and you press on yarns, then you can see their 3 different brands. They're all Katia, but under Katia they have the Katia, the regular collection, the Katia concept, and the Lana's Stop or STOP. Those are their 3 lines. You can also shop by composition, as you can see: acrylic nylon, alpaca, angora, cashmere, cotton, polyester, hemp, linen, lyocell, which is tencel, mercerized cotton, merino wool, mohair, nylon, and organic cotton. So you can already see from the selection of fibers that the acrylic nylon is like very, very small part of the collection, and all the other ones are either naturally based or recycled yarns. And when you go to the new collection and see what's new on their website right now, a specific yarn I wanted to show you guys is this one, the Katia Ecos, that you can see here in the middle, that green one. It is 50% recycled cotton and 47% recycled polyester from plastic bottles and 3% other fibers. So out of the entire composition of this yarn, only 3% are non-recyclable materials. So it is a cotton polyester blend, all made out of recycled materials. That yarn comes in a very large selection of colors, and it is a chain spun yarn, which gives it a lot of softness, even though it looks a little bit like a rope. And they have, of course, all the information about it. It's an upcycled blend yarn made out of different recyclable materials. You can read all about the yarn itself and how it is made and why is it so friendly to the environment. Of course, it has a very large number of certifications that yarn has, and they have some project ideas as to what you can make with it. So that is where you can get Katia inside Europe. And if you are shopping worldwide, then this is a website that you should absolutely 100% get to know. It's called La Tierras Magicas. It is based in Spain, and they are, I think, the largest website that ships Katia yarns worldwide. But it doesn't only ship Katia yarns, it ships a very large collection of European yarns. So if I press on yarns here, you will see that they have Katia is the main brand that they sell. You can find pretty much any Katia yarn that is currently in the Katia collection, and also discontinue Katia yarns that are no longer available on the home web page. Some of them are still available on this one, like the Katia Recycled and Katia Earth that I showed you guys a year ago. They are still available on there, even though they are discontinued on the main Katia website. So they have a very large selection of Katia, but they also have drops, DMC, Mondial, Schachtenmeier, Rowan, Shippies, and all of those Lana Grossa, Lang yarns. A lot of very, very, very good European brands available on that website, and they ship worldwide. So if you're interested in Katia yarns or European brands in general and you don't live in Europe, that is a website you should definitely get to know, and I linked that one in the description box for you guys as well. Jamie saying you're on in our kitchen. George and my kids say hello. Hello, George and the kids. So honored to sit with you all here in your kitchen. Jana is saying, I've seen Katia. I think we get it here in South Africa. Yes, Jana, you definitely do, because I saw Ursula from OM Granny Squares. She gets Katia yarns in her local yarn shop. Kathleen loves Katia, and Vera says she got Katia in South Africa as well. Good evening, Catherine from Little Vicious Stitches. Good to see you. Wanda is saying hello to everyone. Hello to Wanda. D is working on a shawl for a make-along, so that's okay, D. Lurkers are welcome. Hi, Ursula. She said, did not get the notification. That's okay. You can always watch a replay, you know. And oh, thank you, Ursula. I just got a super chat. Cheers to Ursula from OM Granny Square. She's the one I was talking about, and she showed in her videos several times Katia yarns that she got in South Africa, so they are definitely available there. Cheers to Ursula. Good to see you here. And you just walked in as we were talking about Katia yarns. What a great timing you have. Because I know that you like them, Ursula. All right, so the next company I wanted to recommend is We Are Knitters. I showed you guys the recycled yarn from We Are Knitters that I have, but they have a whole lot of sustainable, environmental friendly yarns, and despite the somewhat misleading name, this UK based company caters to both knitters and crocheters. So they are called We Are Knitters, but they are definitely friendly to crocheters as well, and they are very outspoken about them being dedicated to sustainability. They don't use plastic at all. They do sell needles and and hooks on their website, but they are all handmade out of wood, and their bags and packaging are all recycled and reusable. So they use packaging out of recycled materials, and they make it in a way that you yourself can reuse it again and not have to pollute. In addition to their fibers being 100% natural, they have several yarns in their collections which are either recycled or upcycled. And one more thing that's very important for me to say about We Are Knitters, if you've never shopped with them before, if this is your first time shopping with them, if you're interested in anything from their shop and you've never shopped with them before, you can get $12 US dollars or 10 euros if you are in Europe off of your first order using the code that I put in the description box below. So if this is your first purchase with them and you go to the checkout, if you put in that code, you will get a discount, which is, considering their price, is a very good discount. So I wanted to show you their website, but I'm not sure that I had it. Oh yeah, I had it open. Okay, so that is their website, We Are Knitters. And as you can see, they have like knitting or crochet kits, so you can get their yarns in kits already as a ready-made project, or you can get by skein, whichever you want. And when you go up here to their skeins, you can see the different yarns that they have. If we go down here, this is the recycled yarn that I showed you guys that I have. Currently, they have 6 colors available on the website, but the colors come and go. So whenever a specific color is sold out, they will not have it on. You will not have a situation where you have the color on the website, you press on it, and then it says sold out. Which is something that I really like, because a lot of times in websites like this, you go shop for a yarn, you press on the yarn and you see, oh, there's only one colorway left. So here, once you press on the yarn, you will immediately see only colors that are currently available, and you won't get disappointed, which is something I like. But as you can see, they also have bamboo, mixed yarns, which is, different sustainable materials mixed. They have 100% wool yarn. They have 2 kinds of wool. One of them is like a thinner and one of them is thicker. So one of them is called the petite, the thinner yarn. They have Pima cotton. So they have like very nice selection. And of course, you can also shop by kits. And when you shop by kit, you choose the project and you buy a whole project. So you get a bag with the yarn that you need in order to make the project, with the tags that you can sew on your project, with the pattern in 6 different languages, if I'm not mistaken, and the needles or hooks that you need for your project. And they have a lot. And I know they are called We Are Knitters, but as I promised you, they cater to crocheters as well. So when you go to kits, you can also choose crochet, and then you will get all of their crochet kits that they have available. And they have a very, very large selection of projects. And when you go into a project and you want to buy the kit, if it is a wearable and you need to choose a certain size, then you can choose what size you want to make your wearable, and then you will get the amount of skeins needed in order to create that size that you are wanting to make. Hi, not for frogging. I love that name. Welcome in. Crocheting and Lurking, says Ursula, working on a shawl. Lacey is working on one for a make-along 2. You're right, I conjured up Ursula, right? I literally just said Ursula, and then she came in. Yes, not for frogging. What's your first name? Vargina. All right, I will remember that. Hello, Kim. Welcome in. Good to see you here. Debbie says she agrees. I hate when they show yarn and they're out of the... Yeah, exactly, right? Why do they do that? That yarns looks so natural, says Catherine. And yes, Catherine, it is. Like I said, I love We Are Knitters. I buy from them often. I pulled these to show you because they are recycled, but if you can see, like, you see that brown tag, this is their, like, because they don't use plastic, so they have a carton, a recycled carton tag. And if you can see a spot in my cupboard, this and these 2 windows are We Are Knitters yarn, and you can spot the brown tags on the yarn. So I have a lot of their yarns. They are very, very high quality, and I definitely recommend them. And as I've said, if this is your first time shopping with them, there is a code in the description box below which will get you 10 euros or $12 off of your first order. Alice is saying, do some people complain about bamboo yarn because it takes a lot of land to produce? I do not know. I've never heard that complaint. Yes, I did say, Jana, they are located in the UK. But they ship worldwide. You're working on a sweater for your granddaughter. That's okay. Lurkers are welcome. Okay, so if you came in late, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you want to join our membership program, the little join button next to the subscribe button will tell you everything you need to know. And if you came in late and you missed the beginning of this live chat, I did say that there is 20% off on the Teespring on all Yarniversity merch. If you want to get your Yarniversity t-shirt, project bag, notion, pouch, sticker, whatever, 20% off using the code FALL21. Good for everything on the Teespring shop. The link to the Teespring is in the description box below. And this code is good all through September. So from now until the end of September. The Etsy shop was also updated. You can now get the Gotham shawl and the Stars Hollow Cardi patterns on the Etsy shop. Don't forget to use your special discount as viewers of the channel. And stitch markers, a very, very large collection of stitch markers were added to the shop as well. So if you saw the stitch markers that I showed on the live on Tuesday and were interested in any of them, they are already on the shop right now. And the last thing that I said was the giveaway for this week. So once this live is over and goes into replay, come back to the video and tell me about a project that you made using recycled yarn, and what was it and how was it. And the prize for this week is the wooden yarn bowl, this gorgeous wooden yarn bowl, and the yarn stickers, the yarn card stickers from Darn Good Yarn. And we will choose a winner for that next week on Yarniversity. Francie saying, hi, I'm back. It took a catnap. Better to say the catnap took me. It's okay, Francie. And speaking of Darn Good Yarn, they are actually the next company that I wanted to talk to you about. Darn Good Yarn is a very unique company in the world of fiber arts. They are completely 100% dedicated to make a positive change in the universe, which I just love that agenda. They spread positivity in any possible way they can, and they believe in the application of starting at love with everything you do, and that they believe that leads to a happier world, and I totally agree. The company uses recycled fiber and specifically recycled silk in almost all of their products, and this results in millions of pounds of waste material saved from landfills. And in fact, sustainability is one of the 3 core values of the company, along with commitment and community, which again is one of the reasons I'm so drawn to this company. As you all know, I'm also affiliated with Darn Good Yarn, but I don't always say good things about them. If you watch my channel for quite a long time, then you know that even though I'm affiliated, I say what I think, even if it's not good. But if you do shop at Darn Good Yarn, my link is in the description box below, and I would very much appreciate if you do shop with them, if you do it through my link. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does give me a small kickback. And if you've never heard or seen Darn Good Yarn before, this is their website. They sell a very large variety of recycled silk products, such as their sari, skirts, but as I've said, they mainly sell yarn. And of course, the yarn bowl that I just showed you is from Darn Good Yarn, so if you're interested in that, you can get it on there. They have a very large selection of different boxes and yarn packs. And a very interesting selection of fiber. So they have, for example, banana fiber, linen, hemp, and nettle fibers, silk, and wool, and a lot of different recycled blends. You can shop by weight, and by yarn, by brand, and so on. They also sell some Malabrugo on their website. And I wanted to show you they have a subscription box. They have the Yarn of the Month Club, where you get a different yarn. Sorry, what is going on here? Thanks. They have a different Yarn of the Month every month when you sign up for their subscription. I think their subscription is pretty much the in terms of price or value for money, the cheapest one that I have come across. And they have their mystery skirt of the month club, if that's something that interests you and you wear a lot of sari skirts. That is one that they have as well. And I did want to show you their boxes, but I'm not sure how you get directly to their different packs. Is it here? Yarn packs? Yes. All right. So you see they have their editor's box, pot of gold box, magical unicorn box, super saver mystery box, a whole kind of like mystery boxes that each of them has a different theme. And you guys all know how big a fan of mystery boxes I am. I have a video, or two separate videos on my channel where I unbox mystery boxes that I got from them. One is the big purple mystery box, and then I got 3 of their smaller box and did a video about that. So if you're like interested in what sort of things you might be getting in those boxes, you can go back to the channel and watch the separate videos. But that is another product of theirs that I love very much, are those surprise or bundle boxes that they have, where you can try a lot of different yarns or different products that they offer at once. Alice is saying, bit of random question, but may I ask your favorite color? Yes, you may. It is burgundy or dark red or wine red, as I love to call it, because wine. Yours truly by Rose. Hi! She's saying, I'm lurking and stash busting with some new stitches to me into an infinity scarf. Oh, that sounds nice. I haven't used any recycled yarns that I know yet, but I'm interested in trying t-shirt yarn. Well, definitely come back and let me know in the comments after we go into replay, so that you can enter into the giveaway, and maybe you will, get the cool yarn bowl. But if you are interested in trying t-shirt yarn, then definitely try Hooked. They are the first company that I talked about, and they have an amazing t-shirt yarn, all recycled material, very friendly to the environment. Hi Verna, welcome in. It's okay if you're late. Like I said, you guys can always come back and watch the replay, and you can always read about today's topic in the blog. The link to the blog post is in the description box below, as well as links to all the companies that I'm talking about, and as well as the link to the Oma tank pattern that I showed you guys, and of course the link to the Teespring shop with the 20% off, and the Etsy shop with the 15% off as viewers of the channel, and everything. All the links. Everything is in the description box below. HD is saying, I use recycling Plarn bags. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, we were talking about Plarn before. Someone was saying her neighbor or someone in her neighborhood is making mats using Plarn. Hi, DB. It's okay if you're late. That's fine. Raven is saying, I'm highly allergic to wool, so I can't do mystery boxes from any company. It makes me sad. The good thing about Darn Good Yarn is that a very, very small amount of the yarn is wool. I mean, unless you're allergic to silk, because they have a lot of other fibers. But mainly, I think their main fiber is silk. However, they do have bamboo, banana fiber. They have like a very large selection of natural fibers, which is why if you do a mystery box from them, the chance that you will get wool is very, very low. Okay. The last website I wanted to introduce you guys to is a website that I'm pretty sure, let's say 99% sure, that 99% of you did not know of or never heard of before. Last random question. What is your favorite animal? My favorite animal? Oh, that's a good question. What is my favorite animal? I don't know. Gee. You got me there. I love animals, like in general, but one favorite one that I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'll think of one. Some companies have the chance to choose the yeah, right. Oh man, you tackled me there. My favorite animal. I'll think about that. I'll think about that and I'll tell you by the end of today's live. I'll try to think about it while gee. Yeah. All right. So the last website, as I've said, that I wanted to introduce you to is one that I'm pretty sure most of you don't know or never heard of, but I so hope that you will familiarize yourself with them after I show them to you. This is Soul Wool, and just as the name suggests, the yarns on their website are all ones that are good for your soul. Natural, friendly to the environment, low waste. Now the website is German based, but you can change it just as I'm doing now. I don't know if you can see it on the, yeah, you can see it. Okay. So just as I'm doing now, I'm going to change the language to English and you can do the same, and they ship worldwide. Okay. So, as you can see, high quality knitting yarns in fashionable colors and reasonable prices. That is their motto, and I can attest that they are 100% holding up to it. And just real quick, because I told Jana before, they have this South African brand, which I will show you in just a second, like a South African based brand, but it's this website that holds that brand. So they hold a large selection of brands. They have BC Garn, which is a German company that is GOTS certified, and they have amazing recycled, upcycled, friendly to the environment, natural, everything that's good. All those good words in their yarns, and they have quite a large collection, and as you can see, quite good prices. So this Sarah Tweed, which is a hand dyed yarn, I mean, the prices are unbeatable for what the yarn is. So definitely, familiarize yourself with that website. And they have one of the companies that have lately become or come to be very, very high on my yarn brand list, which is Kremke Soul Wool. And I showed some of their yarns recently when I did my Earth Day video, because once again, it is a company that uses friendly to the environment material, plant-based, vegan. They do linen, they do tencel, they do they have a line that is recycled denim. They have a line that is recycled cotton. They have a line here. They have cotton recycled, reborn wool recycled, so recycled wool as well. This eco cashmere. So they have so many eco-friendly, recycled natural materials. And if you are a yarn dyer, they also have different types of undyed yarn. If you are into putting into your collection as a yarn dyer these friendly to the environment, eco-friendly yarns, this is one very good source, this company. Not specifically this website, because I'm not sure if they sell in bulk, but this company is a good company to get to know. This Lazy Lion sock yarn, for example, I have made several socks out of it, and it's amazing yarn. Amazing yarn. So definitely, if you like high-end as well as very eco-friendly, check out Kremke. They have Manos del Uruguay, again, a brand that if you guys are into high-end hand-dyed yarns, you probably heard of it before. And they sell pretty much the whole collection on their website. Beautiful colors, very, very bright, vibrant, very high-end yarns. And they have the Cargo Blues, and this is the South African company that I was talking about before, Jana. They are based in Cape Town, and I'm pretty sure that you can get these yarns in South Africa and don't have to order it from the German website. But if you guys are not in South Africa and you're interested in those yarns, then they are available on there as well as a very large selection, as you can see here, of different eco-friendly, environmental friendly, recycled, upcycled, high-end, hand-dyed yarns. So if you don't know that website yet, definitely get to familiarize yourself with it, because it's all that's good in the yarn world. Sheep would be the favorite. What is plarn? It's plastic yarn, or yarn that's made out of like plastic bags. Hello, Sandrine, welcome in. The company I know of is in the UK, says Angela, so the cost would be too high. I would email your favorite company and ask if they could do you a box without wool. Some will, some won't. Oh, you are talking, okay, you're talking about wool, allergic to wool people. Yeah, there are some companies that do no wool. One of them would be the Mermaid's Purse Yarns, who has an entire yarn subscription based on plant-based fibers. And I love them. The Mermaid's Purse Yarns, they were my absolute favorite yarn subscription. So, if you are into yarn subscriptions and you're just not doing them because you're afraid to get wool, try the Mermaid's Purse. All natural yarns, all plant-based yarns. Manos del Uruguay is also a non-profit company. That is correct, Catherine. Helene, hello. I know Kremke wool very well. It's lovely, easy, sustainable in the Netherlands. Yeah, easy, attainable in the Netherlands. Yes, I was saying before that here I am in Germany, for those of you who don't know. So here in Europe, those yarns are very easy to come by. I personally shop for my yarn mainly online. I don't shop at stores, but if you do go to the store, you can get them. So I shop online, which is why I know all of these online stores, because I always look for where can I get those yarns online, which is why I love that website. The website is, as I've said, it's based in Germany, and they hold all this stock from all over the world of environmental friendly yarns. But yes, Kremke wool is a very, very, very good company. Very high-end yarns, totally 100% eco-friendly, and easy to attain. Exactly. Did I see Cowgirl's yarn with you that day? Asks Jana is asking Ursula. So Ursula, if you are lurking, Jana is asking if she saw Cowgirl yarns with you. Okay, so that was the last website on my list of, website where I recommend to get these kind of yarns. There are, of course, a lot more. However, because of everything that we were talking about in the beginning, the cost of recycling the materials and how some of these materials are more expensive to attain after they are recycled, then big box companies or mass-produced companies use them less. It is more specialty companies or smaller companies that use those kind of materials, and of course the price is accordingly. So they might not be, of course, as cheap as your Hobby Lobby sale acrylic with 20 cents a ball, but at the end effect will be much better. So if that is the kind of things that you look for in your crochet or knitting, then I would very much recommend that you check out those companies and go and see what they have to offer, and familiarize yourselves with the world of sustainability in your craft. Okay. Orsa is saying yes, ST Craft Shop does stock it and it's gorgeous, says Ursula. So yeah, well, it is South African based, so I would think that they would. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed today's topic, that you learned a little bit about recycled fibers, how they are created, why they are more expensive than other yarns, and what is the end result, what are they like, and what are they good for, and what are some projects that you can use them for. I hope that today's Yarniversity was interesting to you and contributed some information that you didn't have before, and contributed to your yarn education. And now it is time to go and choose the winner from last week's Yarniversity for last week's giveaway. So I am going to take you guys with me to the random comment picker, and I already inserted the link of last week's Yarniversity, and I already pressed on filter duplicate users, and I'm going to get the comments, and there are 18 comments. So before we choose the winner, as always, last week I asked for a specific kind of comment, and when we see who the winner comments is, we will see if they stand to what I asked, and if they are, then if you are the winner and your comment is in the standards of what I asked to comment, then don't forget to email me. My email is in the description box down below to claim your prize. And when you send me your address, don't forget to state what country you are from. Don't assume that I know. Even if I do know, don't assume that I remember. So email me with your full address where you want your prize to be shipped. Also, don't forget to come back to today's this live when it goes into replay, and comment down below as I've requested, answering the question that I asked, in order to enter this week's giveaway, which we will choose a winner for next week. All right. Oh, and if you weren't here last week for last week's live, I highly recommend that you go back and watch it just for laughs, and also in order to learn about our new crochet along, crochet challenge, make along, slash, all the slashes that you can think of, so that you can enter into said crochet challenge and take part in that, because there are going to be some fun prizes, and we already actually have 2 entries, so I was very proud of you all. I mean, we just issued the challenge last Sunday, and already we have 2 entries, 2 finished objects entered into the challenge, so that is already a good start for a first week. Okay, so let's choose the winner. And the winner is Deb's Crochet Cafe, and she says she likes the saying, "I don't give 2 fucks about bullshit." Yes, that definitely is up to the standards of the comments that I had. So Deb's Crochet Cafe, Debbie Reynolds, email me. My email is in the description down below to claim your prize. And you will have 1 week until next Yarniversity to do so. Alice is saying she hugely enjoyed it, and Debbie said such a good Yarniversity. Thank you. I'm glad you all liked it. Very educational. I'm so happy that you all liked this. This has been very informative. We'll definitely watch the replay, says Verna. Great live stream as always, says Ursula. Thank you. I'm so glad. Angela is saying last week was funny and naughty. Catherine is saying, curious, did you not get reported for bad comments? No. Mocha is saying she giggled each time she's eaten salad since then. Hi, Sarah. She says, I'm so late. Been having lovely evening with hubby and barbecue. Oh, that sounds lovely. You'll be watching the replay and you learned something new today already. I'm so happy. Happy to hear that. Yes, so congratulations to Deb. You are the winner. Yeah. I've said all I came to say. So thank you all very much for joining in today. If you haven't yet, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to come back and comment in order to enter this week's giveaway, and go back and watch last week's live in order to enter into the make-along. Yeah. So I will see you all next time. There will be hopefully 2 videos coming up this week. One of them is already done and edited, so it will definitely be coming, but I hope that I will have enough time to edit and finish the other one as well. And hopefully there will be 2 videos coming up this week. And of course, next week, Sunday, same place, same time, Yarniversity will come back. So until then, all of you have a wonderful week. I will leave the chat running as always, so everyone can say goodbye to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. I had a lovely time, and I hope that you did too, and that you learned something new. See you all next time. Bye.